Mm. Okay, kitty cat. Ready for this? Hello, we are getting ready. Okay. Hello and welcome. It is now November. Jesus. This year is just kind of cruising by. Good morning and welcome to another Midnight Coder live stream. I welcome you to the world. Hello, world. Thank you for logging in. So, yesterday, I didn't have a live stream. Unfortunately, I had to go out of town to go to an eye doctor to get a needle in my eye. That was fun. Diabetes is a bitch. So, yesterday I did do a little bit of work. Even though I was MIA for the day, and then we had Halloween, and it was just a day. Unfortunately, I did not get to my morning live stream like I would have loved to, but life got away from me. So today we're gonna do a little recap. What I did yesterday, um, and then in today's episode or today's stream, we are actually going to work on adding Kafka. If you don't know what Kafka is, it is a message queue. It basically sits in between our front end and back end, and it allows us to produce events or like make events that we then stick into a queue. And then we have our back end listening, or even our front end listening, depending on what's up. But we then have listeners listening to these message queues. And now each individual message or each message queue has its own topic that gets put inside it. That way we know what we're listening to. So, for example, we're going to make it so that when a user registers, we're going to introduce a way that we're then going to create a user registration, whatever we'll name it as we go. We're going to create a topic for user registration so that we can have our backend's customer service listening for when a new user is created. And at that point, we're then going to pluck that event out of that event out of that topic, and then we're going to consume it, and we are going to then handle creating a new customer for this newly registered user. Now, we do this right now as it is, but we do it through HTTP requests as our main purpose of communication between our services. Well, the downside of doing it the way that we're doing it right now. If I had to take down the customer service to make an update, and let's say it's only down for about 30 seconds. But during that 30-second window, let's say we had, obviously not with our program, but in a production full out application, big stack, big tech, let's say that 30-second window that our customer's service was down because we had to make some kind of an update to it. Anybody that registered during that 30-second window will not have a customer created for them. That is the pitfall of doing just HTTP requests, because we're going to throw an HTTP request and we're going to get an error back saying, hey, no, server's not online, bad request, fail. So how do we get around that? We stick things in a queue. That way, when our service is down, nothing is lost, no messages are missed, and once it turns back on, it just starts pulling stuff out of that queue like nobody's business, and starts to handle everything the way that it's expected to, without any major loss. Now, the way that we're going to do that is through Kafka. There are other message queues out there. There is another one out there that I used in the past called RabbitMQ. But I've used, and I'll be transparent here, I've used Kafka in a few different situations. Setting it up from scratch, I've done that 2 or 3 times. So this is going to be kind of a refresher for me because it's been a while since I've set it up from scratch, probably about a year. So I'm going to be referencing an old project as I build this. But we're going to be making it for the Midnight Technician. So if that interests you to have a little recap and learn some Kafka, by all means, make sure you got a full cup of coffee. I've got penguins on mine. You'll notice something very very interesting about me. I like penguins. My wife likes penguins. I like penguins. Funny enough, when my wife and I first got together, I made the mistake of going big. And so the first Christmas we were together, I adopted her a penguin. That was 12 years ago. And I've had to fucking step my game up every time. How do you step your game up from adopting a penguin? Man, I goofed that up right out the get-go. Alright, anyway, back to code. So let me switch off my big head here, turn this off, turn this on. Will switch me down over here while we bring up the code. All right. So let's take a look at what was done. This is the website side. Let's go look at the back end. So I did some. I was toying around with some Kafka in here, so that's going to be getting actually removed because I was setting it up as if I was doing it and not taking advantage of Spring Boot. Because the last time I've set this up was without Spring. So let's take a look here. There is. Why did I click that? So if you notice here off the get-go, there is some differences. We now have a customer module or service and a customer's device service. So inside of our services tab that we used to have features and then everything broken down, I've now have services being just services. So you can explore this to see that it is now just a services class. I also went ahead and took advantage of making the whole thing into an MVC design. So you'll notice all of the modules now have the other ones that have these ones that have Mongo. You'll notice they have a config, and then there's the controllers, the model, repo, and services that you're all used to. I just simply extracted this out from the services module, added Mongo to it, yada yada, and same as the other services. So now, when we spin up our services, I actually don't have them on right now, but we can come into here and hit the play button. It's going to turn on. It's going to build the project first, but then it's going to turn on all of our services. So while we wait for these 5 services to turn on and crap the bed, because I had gotten rid of event ID. Yeah, okay, so this is just the Kafka stuff that I had loosely picked at that I'd actually deleted. So if I get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, you should be happy. Should be happy to build. So now if I come back in here to services and rerun this, all of the services will start to turn on. You'll see here we got 80, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84. So now we got 5 services running. Love when I choke on air on live streams. All right, so we now have 5 services. So this is where managing all the ports and managing all the services and managing communications between them gets, we'll say, fun. Now, once we add in more services, because eventually we're going to be adding in, I want to say at least 3 more. That'll bring us to 8. Once we start hitting double digits, everything gets tricky. Because that managing things and getting into the and that's where I will start to introduce you guys more to Dockers or Docker, and we will, excuse me, and we'll explain how we can make each. We'll make a Docker file for each of these individual services. We'll edit our Docker compose file so that we can spin up everything together, and we'll take advantage of Swarm. Don't worry if you don't know what the hell a Swarm is. We'll get into all of that. But for now, these are the 5 separate services. Everything is running there. If we go back to our front end, which is apparently already running. So let's just rerun that just because. I don't remember when I turned that on. It was probably running since yesterday. I got this nasty habit of just leaving things run. There we go. So there's all that. And if we pop into our browser, where is my browser? Oh my god. And we pop over to our local host, everything still works as it used to. Everything still flows. What did I do? I don't remember if I've changed this up from the last one or not, but the service requested used to be just an ID number. So now we're actually fetching the service based off the ID. Same thing with the phone data. This just used to be a device ID. Now it's giving you the device name, and then we have a little pipe, and then we're description of the device, just so that we know what we're working on. Saving the ticket works as well, so that we can edit things. Adding notes. I still have to shrink this because that is freaking huge. Just add a note, and it refreshes. Adding note. Everything still works out good. Oh, did I switch that? What? Oh no, that's on there. So dashboard, customer view, but customers can still view their tickets as was. Everything still works hunky dory like it did. We can still add new devices, yada yada. So now the idea is to get Kafka into the mix, so that once our users come in and go through services, and once they're registered and they're created here, and we've created a user profile for them, down here is where we then create a customer for them. And we're doing it right now through an HTTP request through communications. And again, the pitfall here is what if this server was down, or this service was down, sorry, then there is nothing that can happen. We're just going to lose packets, or we're going to lose messages. So the idea here is to create a Kafka event so that we can register a new user. So we're going to have to go and build up a little bit of content here. And so if we pop into our shared directory, I'm going to go into the Kafka package that I've got. And inside here, we need to make a user registered event, as well as we're going to create a topics class. And I'm kind of on the fence back and forth. The way I did it before was I would create a utility class that's just basically public final static string topic name. I don't know if I want to do that again as a utility class, or if I want to do a enum and just have it be name value kind of deal for consistency's sake. I don't know. I don't really know what I want to do. I might do the private static string just because I've always done that in a few different projects, but I really don't know. I'll kind of just, I guess, decide as we go. But for now, we need to make a record of a user registered event. Because obviously the user has just registered, and then we just want to append event on there just to, know what it is that we're doing. So in here, we're just simply going to host a user profile, because we just want this. This is essentially what's getting it's going to be getting stuck into the Kafka topic, or into the Kafka queue. So this is just going to be simple and straightforward. It is a user DTO. So this is the user profile DTO, and we'll just simply call this a user DTO, I suppose. It's fine enough for me, I suppose. Yeah, good enough. Cool. So we're going to close that because that's all we needed there. We're going to make a new Kafka and this one is going to be the topics. So again, this is where I'm kind of conflicted. Do I want to go and make this a utility class, or do I want to make this an enum? Because basically we're going to have this. Oh my god, would it be just better to do it as an enum? Type safety. Sorry, I'm just debating this, thinking back and forth. Do I want this to be an enum, or do I want this to be the utility of strings? Because either way, once I'm committed, I'm committed. I guess I'm gonna go with an enum because it's cleaner. So we're gonna have user registered, but I don't want to append topic because we're in topics. And then we're going to have this host a string. The string is going to be the topic name, which in our case is user registered. And then we're eventually going to have another one in here for kicking off the customer creation. So I'm just going to make that now. Okay. And we'll just stick a topic name, and then sure, autocomplete can take care of that, and then we'll replace this with getter just to keep it clean. Sure, that is good enough for now. I believe that's good enough for now. All right, so we need to now go into our where am I going to stick this in here now? Where do I want to stick this in here? This is I guess we'll stick it in config. It is technically a config. We're gonna make a Kafka config file so that we can annotate this as a configuration. And then in here, we're going to make a couple of beans, or I guess we're making a bean. The Kafka producer? No, this is a new topic. Yes, new topic. And this is user registered topic. This, because we want type safety now, we're going to call this Kafka topics. Look at that. Import the class. So there's the name. Rid of that. And then now we're going to no, that's not. That's right. No, I need a builder. Need a topic. Topic builder. Dot name. Dot partitions. Guess we'll give it one partition for now. Places 1 and then build. All right, so this should give us now. So this one here is going to create a new topic. And this new topic is going to be that of the user registered. And this is just a bean so that we can reuse it later. It only has one partition and one replica. Now we're going to need to expand on this and make another one on the back end for customer created and blah, 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 blah. So now we need to produce this event. So we now need to go dip into our service class. And in here, we need a... we need to get ourselves a private final Kafka template. And this is going to be object Kafka template. Now, now. Why do I... I believe I need to make a bean of the template. I can't just auto wire that in. Why can't I just auto wire that in? Oh, fuck me. Okay. Okay. Alright. Could not auto wire, no beans for Kafka template found, and get AI to do it. No, probably shouldn't. Oh, right. I do apologize for the continuous copying and hacking here. But sometimes I just choke on my own spit. All right, so we're gonna make a producer config. Producer config. Okay, producer. Sure. Yeah. Add you. We want to come into here, do this, do that. Tell this a configuration. Now I want to. Sure, is that exactly what I want? Let's see here. Producer factory string object. Yeah. I am looking to make a map of properties. Da, da, da. Okay, there we go. And now I need to make a bean for the template that takes in. No, I'm not making the second freaking producer. Go away. Something like that. Although I want to take in. No, I can just call the producer factory. Yeah, I can just call that producer factory. That works. That's right. Cool. So now if I go back into my... Yeah. Things should be happy. Yes, it now has a bean. All right. So now that we've had to do that, and the reason we had to do that was because the old projects that I was working on was Spring Boot 3. Spring Boot 4 made some changes, and we're sticking with 4 at the moment so that we are using the latest. Now, okay. So now I can come down here. Now that I've got my Git together. So here we want to make a new event, which is going to be the new user registered event. And this just takes in our DTO that we've already have created. So now, yes and no. No. What Kafka used in dot send. Good morning, Em. How you doing? Okay, so template.send, kind of, sort of. I guess we'll use that to start with. Topic is our Kafka topics. User registration. Get topic name. I think that's all we need to pass in here. I am trying to see if this is all the, 'cause I think I need to pass in an identifier here. Which I think is going to be the user's email, because I think that's what I've been using all along. But I'm pretty sure I need to pass a key in here. So we'll go with the DTO dot. I think that's what I'm looking for here. I believe, and that should stick it into our Kafka. And then in theory, I can comment this bit out. And actually it'll welcome email that I mentioned here as a to-do is actually going to get taken care of after we do this here, the Kafka messaging. Once this sends this topic and the back end listens and pulls the customer out, creates the customer, it's then going to stick up another topic to email the customer and be like, hey, welcome to Midnight Technician. Thank you for logging in today, kind of deal. We'll just shoot them an email to welcome them to the community. Okay. So yeah, so this should take care of producing everything. All right, so let's because we don't have it right yet. We only have the two things, which are two databases. We need to spin up another two containers. This is going to be in the back end in our Docker Compose. I've added in some Kafka stuff here. Dolphin things. Okay, so up here we are adding in the Zookeeper, and we're gonna go ahead and use version 7.7.1, and that is going to be our Zookeeper container. If you don't know what a Zookeeper is, I can do a video on that and kind of get into explaining it, but it's basically like the ringmaster that kind of keeps everything. So then there's the Kafka. This is the actual Kafka messaging queue. So this one here needs to, I'm not going to run over all of the individual settings that I got going on here. But just know that we are listening on internal local ports. We are going to be, we have a health check on this. We have this spot here for volumes for data so that nothing gets lost, everything stays persisted. And yeah, so if we were to run up a zookeeper, yeah, I've got slow internet, guys, so this does take a minute. But we'll get this zookeeper all in and going, and then we'll grab Kafka itself and spin that up as well. Everything's good, we're creating, and beautiful. We now see that we have a zookeeper in here in the mix as well. So now we come down here to pull in our Kafka image, and we'll just sit back and have a little coffee break while that does its thing. There we go. So now we've got Kafka up and going. So if we expand here, we can see we have a healthy Kafka. We've got a healthy Mongo, a healthy Postgres, and I didn't add a health check on the zookeeper. I probably should, but I don't actually, what is this little error? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. All right, so if you guys are experiencing some issues with the stream, that is, I just got notified about that by my OBS. I'm going to take that as a hint. I am going to pause right quick, go fill up my coffee cup because it's getting a little low and kind of cold. If you guys haven't already, get yourself a coffee as well, and we'll regroup in about 30 seconds. That being said, if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to be notified when I go live on these live streams, hit that subscribe button and get notified when I go live. If you're enjoying it so far, hit that thumbs up. It really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. That being said, I will be back in just a moment. Gonna go top up my coffee cup. I recommend you guys do as well. And once we get back, we're gonna dive on into firing up our we're going to use our IntelliJ tools to get connected to the Kafka to see what's up and what's going on inside it. And we'll get to see all the inners and goodies of what's inside of Kafka. And then we're going to go and delete ourselves from the database. We're going to register ourselves as a new customer. And we're going to see what it is before we dive into pulling and producing or pulling it and handling it. We're going to take a look and see what data it is that just got stuck into Kafka and kind of have a walkthrough to see the inner workings. So, if you don't have a full cup of coffee, I advise you to fill up. I'm going to go fill up mine, and I'll be back in just a moment. All right. I'm back. I hope you're all back. I hope you all got a full cup of coffee. We are going to pop in here. This is our little Kafka view. So we're going to hit the little plus sign. Got more than one. So I'm going to add this message broker, Kafka. Test connection. Make sure we're connected. Should be very straightforward. I say should be. Bootstrap server should be localhost 9092. Should be. Error connecting. Perfect. Why? Time dose while waiting for node assignment. Timeout. Okay, so what did I... Okay, what do I got going on here? What do I got going on? Kafka is in fact running. Oh shit, what failed? Hmm. See if AI can tell me what the hell is wrong with this. Oh, really, Zookeeper? You couldn't align that shit? I don't know. If anybody else's OCD Twitch is here, hit that like button and let me know. Because, like, I feel like Zookeeper totally could have spaced this out more so that this shit was, you know, single file. God damn. I can't even look at that anymore. That's kind of making my inner nerd twitch. Okay, so this is... Oh, are you conflicting? Okay, so... Oh, is there conflicting ports? I don't like conflicting ports. Oh. Okay, why are you not minimizing, bitch? Minimize! There we go. What are you making fun of with my frickin' Docker? Alright, what did I do wrong in Docker Compose? What did I do wrong? I love being told I did something wrong and then being taught. So what the hell did I do wrong? Do I need the host name? I mean, I'll add it, but sure. Environment, ports. I don't think that really matters which order I put it in, but sure. Container name, Kafka. Host name, Kafka. Like, did I? This depends on the zookeeper, yeah. This, environment, this. Broker ID is 1. Does this need to be surrounded with quotes? Is that where I goofed up? I don't think this matters, but we'll switch that. Factory, IRA. Do I need a Oh shit, am I missing all of the Kafka configurations? Mm, shouldn't matter for shared. Probably should have had that on the front end, not the back end. Cool. So let's go into application properties, and what am I? I am going to need that. Okay, so can I just fucking tell AI to examine my code? Um, yeah, only thing I can think of that would be like somewhat conflicting is this zookeeper makes mention of 8080. Okay, so zookeeper. Zookeeper, why are you on 8080? But you're inside of an internal container. Would that local host 8080 be the containers 8080? Would that not conflict with my... I don't know. It's not throwing any errors. But this Kafka one, controller one's connection to broker Kafka this. We're trying to go. Where? Okay, do I have this mixed up? Ready to serve on the controller. Let's go to warning, warning, and this. Oh, cool. Now I'm getting all these other errors too. Sweet. More errors. Yay. Alright, so oh, was that when I brought the zookeeper down and brought it back up? I wonder. Okay. Maybe that's where those errors came from. But either way, the fuck. Okay, so okay, we're gonna turn everything off. We're just going to bring down this whole damn thing. Okay, up here. Okay. That one should be dependent on Zookeeper, and Zookeeper's up and online aside from their fucking bad banner. Yeah, you're up and online. It's Kafka. Why are you not going online? Yeah. Give me a root cause. Cluster ID mismatch. Yeah. I saw that. Clear Kafka data. Right, well, while Kafka's down, let's go pop into Docker Desktop. Take a look at our Kafka. It is offline. Whoops. So I want to go to volumes. And whatever the hell is offline. I'm gonna purge all of these, whatever the hell they are. I mean, that's always an easy option too. Named volumes with explicit key. It probably could be better named. I don't think I named the volumes for the keeper. No, I didn't. Cool. Let's add the volumes to that. Why not? Depends on you, yeah. Place you with the same fucking thing. Kafka data. Cool. So now my audio's having bitrate issues. If you guys are experiencing audio issues or any kind of issue on the stream, I do apologize. Seems like I got a couple issues going on my OBS is telling me I got a couple issues going. Yikes. Okay, so environment variables are fine. Yeah, and now you're telling me not to use whatever. Hmm. Come on. Down the whole service. Come on. Really? How is that under? What the fuck are you under? Ah, son of a bitch. Uh, no, I didn't, unfortunately. I checked out one of them, but I had kind of a busy couple of days. There we go. So that's up, that's on. Kafka, connection problems. Yeah, yeah. So why is this not? You should be able to connect. Hey, what's going on, Ladev? How you been, dude? Why are you timing out on me? Okay, well. I did just name it Kafka. Bootstrap servers, local hosts, like it shouldn't make a difference. Why is it not? Okay, so my tools are not connecting, so that tells me my Kafka's not even set up right. Ugh. Why are you not connecting to Kafka? Still having this friggin' issue. So Kafka. Like what? See if Google has a better answer. Not using Ubuntu, but let's check it out. Oh, it's definitely a different error than I've got. That's an unknown host. What are you saying, AI? Maintaining a network. Uh, suppose I could try that. Figures. So interesting. The zookeeper's going on the right thing. You know what? I'm missing something. Is the whole project trying to ping the wrong damn thing? Is that what's going on too? Like, am I supposed to be using localhost, not Kafka? Oh, it's been so fucking long since I've set up Kafka. So this health check is telling me I should be checking the other one. Kafka health check. Current health check is using localhost, but should be using Kafka or the correct internal port. Yeah, let's add a zookeeper health check, because I'm... Is that health check even set up right? Health status is starting. Yeah, is that health check even done right? Hmm. Depends on zookeeper. Okay, so let's make a restraint that has to be health. Zookeeper has to be healthy. Only problem is my zookeeper is unhealthy. Okay, so oh yeah, that's right too. What am I? Well, no, that doesn't. That wouldn't matter. I wouldn't think. Uh, zoo- see what this says. Try to get AI to help me out with this here, because I don't even know if the health check is even written right. Yeah, see if that one does better. If I can reload the zookeeper. Hmm. Like, why do you look like you're running, but not? Oh, look at this. Oh, that was me. What? Where in the hell is this getting port 44424 from? Yeah, my zookeeper's definitely unhealthy. um, hmm. Yeah, health check's definitely not passing. What do I have wrong? So, I don't know. Try this one. I don't, but like, okay, so now my zookeeper is healthy. Everything is, okay, so now everything seems healthy. All right. Hmm, hmm, hmm. So now I just can't connect. Everything's healthy, but I can't connect. That sounds perfect. Uh, 9092. Yeah, that's right. 9092. Okay, well, what about if we try local host 290? 092. I mean, the health checks pass. I'm just having an issue connecting with my Kafka tool. Well, let's, okay, so this is in the shared. This stuff is in the shared stuff for Kafka that I wrote on the other side. Okay, so I wrote this in the back. No, I wrote that in the front end is where I was picking at. Okay. Now, so the different things we're telling it here with these configs is we're telling it that the service is on localhost, which allows us to change it later on. We're telling it that the group ID is going to be the employee service, but it's not employee service. This is actually customer service. Or I guess it's user service. I don't even know. Would it be user service, I guess, technically? Down here, we're telling it the key value deserializers, so we're telling it 2 strings, and then they're telling it the serializers, which are also 2 strings. So seeing, yeah, this can be changed to, so we can actually come up here and do something private string ding, wow, string. And we'll call this Kafka host. And we're going to come up here. We're going to annotate, because this is a configuration. We're going to annotate this bad boy with a value. And the value is not Kafka host. Value is this, although yeah, so that's going to tell us the Kafka host, and then we can come in here and tell it Kafka host. I could technically do the same thing for the serializer, and okay, so we're telling, and I'm just going to clean this up and stick this in here so that I can call this var, and so that I can push this over, because this is just my personal preference of conventions. Okay, so I'm also going to mark this bad boy with null marked, just so that everything is happy. I don't even know if I need all of these. Okay, so this is, I'm not passing the group ID into anywhere, am I? I don't think I am passing the group ID in anywhere. Okay, so the Kafka topics, Kafka configuration. Okay. So the authentication service, we're essentially going to create this new event and then pop something into it. So now if we recheck our database, lovely. Oh yeah, no, I got rid of all the volumes and everything. Right. So now I gotta it. Okay. Get rid of you too. Did get rid of you too. Ah! Alright, cool. So now I gotta reestablish all that shit. Alright, this is what I did have. And now I've got nothing. Now I've got nothing. Okay, so we're gonna go into here. I am going to connect this to default schema, run the entire thing, and now we have this back. I'm gonna have to come in here and re-add my roles just so that I don't have anything yet in here for oh shit, what was this? What was the role? Role user? Ba, ba, ba. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's all there is. It's just the 5. Shit, sorry guys. I apologize for this. Okay. Alright, so there adds this back and gives me back that. I'll have to register a new user. And now I need to jump into the README and I need to open up a query console. And we're gonna bring this guy down here, minimize this to get more real estate. And okay, so we're gonna, I guess, just start this out from the top to the bottom. Again, I apologize for this, guys. I am very sorry. All right, I'm gonna run this whole. I hope that ran the whole thing. Yeah. Okay. So next is the ticket, service ticket. Did I seriously do that? Oh my Jesus. Wow. I apologize for my silence here, guys. I was just trying to copy and paste all this stuff here. So now I'm going to run the whole thing again, and doodle-doom creates all the creates all of that. I could probably make that a lot easier and probably just blurt out the whole thing, and yeah. Anyway, so now I'm all set up and registered. All my databases exist. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So now I can. Okay, so get rid of that, get rid of that, turn this on. Let's fire up all of the backend services. Okay, so there's the backend up and going. And I wrote all this in the backend shared shit, didn't I? No, I didn't. I wrote that on the front end shared shit. Joys of working with two. All right. So website, I just want to run. See if it crashes and burns. Why can't you find that? What's... And it's because of that. Okay. So into our build.gradle, you don't have Kafka? I thought I added Kafka to you. Apparently not. So I'm gonna get out of there, do this, come out of here, and we're gonna stick Kafka on here. And now that's happy. So now we're gonna go back into our website and run our website. Now what do you not like? Okay, so this just doesn't like our getter. Whatever. Whatever. I'm not fighting with the annotations right now. I just want to see if this gets up, runs, and if I can see what blows up in our face. Really? I hate Windows 10. There we go. All right, so let's go to our local host. I can't log in because it's going to fail. But what I want to test is registering a new user. So do this, and we'll register. And the idea that I want to see is not that. However, what was all the other... What was all this? Okay, so this is the Kafka stuff. So it's trying to produce values, which the size, the local host. We're looking through to see. I want to see if it printed out the object that we passed in. Auth stuff. No, it didn't. However, Yeah, it's really not liking that Kafka 9. So that's not what I'm looking for. Not what I'm looking for. Not what I'm looking for. God, you failed at this search. Really? Hmm. So yeah, it's definitely not liking my Kafka post. And I could have sworn that was an internal thing that Kafka used, so that it could communicate kind of internally as like a almost like local host. But um, okay, so I just gotta pop that in my yeah. I fucking telling it to do that. Oh, my bad. Copy this. Yeah, this is the fucking website's. Ah, source resources. This, but this is not a Spring Boot application. So you're using defaults. Arg. I don't want you using default. This is just my shared events. This isn't even a producer. Ah. Okay. Why? Do I seriously have to rewire how I had this shit set up? Okay, AI, why? Hmm. Yeah, but I've already tried to change that shit and like nowhere other than nowhere other than this compose file mentions. Yeah, because Kafka's. I could have sworn that that Kafka domain was again internal within Docker. AI confirmed that, but now why is this not working for me now? Oh, I'm just gonna be fucking circling the drain there if I do that. Um. Zookeeper. Host name is Kafka. Kafka. This has 1992. Like, I feel like if I have that as that, it's still gonna do nothing. So I think that needs it. If I'm pretty positive, but I'm pretty positive that needs it. Where am I at? Pretty positive that needs the Kafka domain be actually functional internally. But I mean, also that being said, I still don't know why the URL is reachable, but Kafka cannot connect. Please ensure that you have set up the correct authorization mechanism. Don't believe I have any authorization. Okay, there we go. So yes, I did produce. Okay, so it did produce it. Okay. So here we can see my topic of user registered. So, okay. I have nothing consuming right now. And I have nothing in the topics. Message count of 0. So now let me... This is so weird how this is working now and it wasn't before. Cool. I love when things don't work one moment and then work perfectly fine the next. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so into my database because I'm pretty sure I have to delete myself. Refresh this. This should have public tables, users in this. So my roles I know exist. My user also exists, but now I need to delete my user. And then I also need to refresh this one to make. So I don't think this added a customer, but now I'm. Yeah, okay, nothing. Perfect. Perfect. That's what I want. All right, so now we come into here, spit out some fake shit, spit out my secure password, and create my account. And we shit the bed. So now we go back to the console. It's not my console. No such known host, Kafka. Okay. Where am I using the internal? None of these are even being used. They all got the squiggle under them. So this is the only one that's being used. What other properties am I missing, or what else am I doing? Like what? Or am I still looking at old messages? Clear that out. Oh my Jesus. Oh, well that just shit up because that one screwed up because I'm already registered here. So let's go in, delete this. For my GERD. Go into here. Okay. This. Okay, so now I got the error. Oh, so now I got a completely different error. Oh, okay. So now I got Java 8's date and time wacky with Java 25's date and time. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay. So let's put a breakpoint here on the website. Come back. I'm gonna delete myself. Can I just reload the page and send the same data? No, of course not. Yeah, of course that didn't work. Okay, so here we go. Cool. So now we're here. My event that I just made consists of a user DTO, which consists of my information, except this local date time seems to be throwing an issue. So if we step over this or step into it, yeah, Kafka was written in an earlier version of Java. So I believe this is having an issue. So if we step into this, step over that, and now this record that we have is in the topic of user registered. Partition is null. Okay, that could be a problem. Headers, cool. The key is the email address, and the value is the user DTO itself. Okay, so that's right. That's what I want to be sticking into the queue. Okay. So if I were to step over this, we then start getting some major issues, which I believe the console does not like this again. So if we were to just play it out from here, yeah, we. Okay. Hmm. So why am I still getting this unknown host Kafka? Error connecting to Kafka. Yeah, like the internal processes want to connect to Kafka, and I seem to be having some sort of issue. Um, so this is the Kafka event that gets, or the reduced configurations. But internally, it's trying to connect to Kafka. I must have something set up wrong on my Kafka side. I have to. Like, I absolutely have to have something wrong there. Okay, so let me go back into services, clear this. Try this register thing again. If I do this without a breakpoint, without delay, oh, this just throws me a shit fit error about Java's incompatibility, and I believe I just need to add a module. Yeah, just need to add this module. Okay. Alright. So AI, tell me how the whereabouts I go adding this into my modules, because I know it's a Gradle thing. I think it's in the build.gradle. Okay, what the hell did you change? What? Yeah, because my local date time, created that, adding Jackson data to the module, yeah. And disabling, disabling Java 8 features. That's probably a bad idea. Okay, so we're gonna add a new bean so that we can get rid of the object mapping. Or get rid of the. Okay, so. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, we're looking for my config. Is it? No, it's producer config. That is in. Oh, producer config right there. There we go. All right, and I'm looking to stick a bean in here for my object mapper. Do I even have data bind in here? I do. Okay, so I have to go and add this shit into. It's the websites thing. Okay, so where did I add Jackson? Data bind. Aaron, stick you. Run that. Get rid of that. 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 Get rid of that. And get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Too many friggin' things. Now, where's this data? Has that been moved or what? Hmm. Where do I find that bad boy at now? Uh, Thank you, Maven. There we go. So that should be happy. Let's go back to register. Let's rerun the website. Actually, I'm not going to run it in debug. Cool. That's what I want. Completed. No errors. And if I come into here, there's absolutely nothing refreshed. Or, well, refresh every 10 seconds. Cool. But can I manually refresh it? I can. Nothing went in here. Lovely. So, why did nothing go in here? Oh, cool. So it didn't actually get that far. Ha! Cool. So I didn't get registered that time. Hmm. So where did we fail here? Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get. There we go. And now it's having an issue with that Kafka database again, and it's kind of looping. Again, I don't think I have Kafka set up properly. I really don't. Yeah, I got something messed up here, guys. Um, when I try to send this off to the Kafka topic, it's having an issue internally routing the domain because it's trying to go to, and might be because of my um, me playing with this and calling it that when it should be Kafka, because that's how Docker maps shit internally. So like in theory, I should have be doing this should be down and started um, and running like it is now with Kafka as the um, internal communication port. And this is just having an issue connecting internally with. So if I stop that now because it's just spitting. So this here even will tell me that it's trying to go to an unknown host, Kafka, which means the application yada yada doesn't see it in your host, but it's not in my host. It's actually inside of my Docker container. So when you're running an app outside of Docker network, oh, okay. So that's because we're okay. That must be because we're not running this application itself as an internal Docker, and we're running it externally of it. This seems to want me to tell it, you know, application properties this, which do. I do have that set. We go into website, source, main, resources. We pop open here. If I spread this over, you'll see that I do indeed have this here for the Kafka configuration. But the problem is if I didn't state that here, this is picking up that cannot resolve the configuration. So I'm also wondering if this. Oh, well, that's actually a good question. Let's ask AI about this because I don't know if it changed in. Okay, so I do have this setting in my. Because now I'm questioning because some other things have changed inside of Spring Boot 4. So now I'm kind of wondering. Yeah, no shit, it's commented out. I commented that out specifically. Okay, so AI don't know what the fuck's up. Cool. So now you're telling me I need to go back into this bitch. Patient processing. I don't know if that's going to actually do anything. Verify Spring Kafka dependency. The org Spring Boot or org Spring Framework Kafka. Spring Kafka and the version. Yep, oh, we're good there. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so redo this again. Close this. Close that. Close this. Oh, I needed applications open. Whoops. So, shit still can't find this. Spring, Kafka, like... Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened to the... What? Like, Spring Kafka's not even in there anymore. What? Okay, whatever. So if I come back in here, get rid of this, and apparently just append... and that, give it a default value of localhost, even though this is telling it localhost. Like, I'm so confused on this. I really don't think I need that. But now, what were you suggesting before for this shit? Yeah, that's the same damn thing I've already got. You were suggesting timeout retry configurations. Well, I need to cut this this live stream off here. My wife is going to be waking up soon, and I'm going to be doing my morning routine with her. If you happen to want to follow along with me, by all means, we can you can join me on Discord, and I will be streaming into Discord throughout the day while I try to do a little debugging and figure out what it is that I have set up wrong and why my Kafka is not able to map its internal network. I might need to, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna do some digging, see what I can find, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and get notified when I go live. I do go live daily, or at least I try. I'm going to say I try to go live daily. If you've learned something in this video, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps me get this out there to other people. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or pop into the Discord. The link is in the description. And I will see you guys in the next one. Keep that coffee cup full. Keep that curiosity sharp and your curiosity open. Skills sharp. I don't know. I need more coffee. I'll see you in the next one, guys.